my YouTube. Look at that. Oh, that's fancy. Fancy.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? Long time no see.
Welcome everybody in the chat to this brand crispy new show. Just thought I'd take the opportunity to throw up the thumbnail there for a second, just so you guys can see it. I worked hard on that today whilst should have been working, but let's get something a bit more plain for the background so it's not too busy. There you go. How's that? I've also set it so the chat messages appear on stage. But so far, no comments. So guys, if you're watching, put some comments so you can see them on the stage. I don't normally like it on other people's streams, but thought we'd give it a go for this one. Look, I even got the little icon in the corner.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, well, you won't miss any chats. We'll see them all pop up live for everybody.
So guys, welcome from the both of us to Wallagon.
There's Oscar.
So if anybody's trying to work out where that name comes from, it's Wales and Oregon put together, and just so happens the word Lego is in there. So
works out.
So look, me and Garrett have wanted to, being friends for a while. Got to meet each other at Brickworld. I've always wanted to do like a collaboration with someone over the pond. And obviously we got on really well when we were over there in the US for Brickworld, and we just thought, why don't we do something? So over the course of the last probably 6 weeks, maybe more than that, I think it's through July as well, so probably about 8 weeks now, we've been acting out a plan to do a collaboration together, but with one thing or another going on, we haven't been able to make it happen till now. But here we are, finally. So this is the what we call it, pilot episode.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. Well, probably we can fine tune it, I guess, to some degree. But at the moment, yeah, we want to try and the only thing we want to try and do different with this show is we want to try not to discuss Lego as such. Because I think, there's a million places out there you can do it, including both of our own channels and on various shows. And I just feel like if I talked about Lego more than, 1 or 2 days a week, I think I'd start getting frustrated with it. So we just thought random talk it. We get to know each other, get to know the chat as well if they want to get involved in what we're talking about. We should pick a topic each week. So I picked the topic this week. Garrett will pick the topic next week. And we'll just chat about it while we're building a Lego set. And we won't be building, we could, I suppose, build a larger Lego set over the course of the weeks. But for us on this occasion, we've both chosen to build smaller sets. And hopefully we keep it to about an hour, just so it's more of a sort of cozy 1 hour just to relax, talk about stuff. There's no getting frustrated, getting angry, mercilessly bullying each other like we do in various streams. Whiskey's not here to be destroyed. So we set it, and this is the set that I selected. I'm not able to sticker on the front, but there's the ambush on. I don't say the ambush on Ericsson, the ambush on Mandalore. What did you go for, mate?
They got you good with that sticker all over the front. I have a creator set, the Land Rover Classic Defender. I do have some Batman sets, Star Wars sets, the Gumball machine that I need to build, but they're all very large sets. And so I was like, you know what? I want something small for an hour, knock it out. And so this is what I'm rocking with today.
Yeah, cool. So look, the topic for tonight is movies, and specifically, do you prefer to watch a movie at home or at the cinema? And that's basically what we're going to talk about. So guys, get your opinion.
Yeah, we want to hear your guys' opinions too, like not just us.
So TBC is saying great collab. Whiskey's there saying good evening, boys. Stud
Hi,
Sidious, how
Whiskey.
many effing shows do you have? Just 2 officially. So believe it or not. Paddy the Theatre Dog, Sarah, how are you doing? Evening all. On my way to work, but wanted to support as an Oregon resident. Love to see this. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
If Garrett can ever not make it to the show, we will. I'm determined not to miss an episode. So I'll have some stand-ins for me, and hopefully Garrett will have some for him. So TBC, Garrett can ever not make it, mate. We'll
yeah, I'm gonna make you my backup.
The only thing I think we probably do need to iron out is what day of the week we're going to do it, because Friday doesn't typically work for me. So I think we need to try and decide that once we've done this pilot episode and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Home of the Goonies. Yeah. Wait, Oregon is home of the Goonies. I thought they were from the Boondocks in. I'm not sure what he's on about there. People in the community get pissy when you talk about Lego, but I think it's refreshing. Just kicking off in the street, payday overindulging. Yeah. No, I don't know. There's only so much Lego I can talk about. I just thought let's just do something a little bit different.
There's going to be some Lego in it for sure, but the main themes that we're talking about are just getting to know each other mostly, and you guys get to see it. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be Lego talked about. It's just the whole theme is like we're not going to be talking about Lego's ridiculous prices for an hour.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want to get into any more fights. So let's pop this bad boy. Now there's a thumb tab on this, but thumb tabs are for chumps. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I've got tape on mine. I just don't have it very good to open it with.
How's that?
Should I do the same with mine?
Hey, it's up to you, mate. I wouldn't expect you to do that. I know it can frustrate some people.
I probably just throw it away anyways, but I do enjoy this box art. They did a really good job with this box art.
It is clean. It's clean.
It's very clean.
You you don't have a Land Rover, do you?
No, I don't. I'm not that rich.
Okay.
But compared to you, what I drive around, you would be ashamed of me. I have like a 25-year-old pickup truck that gets 5 miles to the gallon. So it's very expensive to run and maintain.
Wow. What's that? I can hear like a thumping noise. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
I don't know. I have moved my feet around. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to keep my feet still. Oh, I'm moving my feet around and I have cowboy boots on, so it's very loud. So I just have to keep my feet still.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing the kick drum like cowboy boots. Oh, check him out. Nice. But you must be touching something that's causing a vibration, right?
Well, you see, my microphone is on a stand.
So I assumed you were using the one attached to your headphones, right? Okay.
Yeah, and so it's a really good microphone. The problem is it picks up everything, so like any vibrations and stuff. And I have a stand for it that is supposed to prevent that, so it has like springs on it, and you mount it to the table and all that. But it's this table I'm on, it can't mount to, and it just doesn't work very well for me. So eventually, I'd like to figure out something else. But yeah,
I had the same issue with mine at one point, where every time I was touching my table, while I was streaming, it was causing a bit of a vibration. So I just put it on like a little box on top of my unit, and it obviously there's still vibration going through, but not as much. It was like a cardboard box.
Yeah, like if I had a piece of styrofoam or something to set on this, it probably wouldn't do that as much. But it is sitting on a pad, which I should show you my pad. It's my mouse pad. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just use this random wipe. I don't even know what the hell's in this box. What is in this box?
A pair of sneakers in there.
Shredded tissue. No, it's tiny. It's not even the size of my hand.
That's perfect.
But
I just like a shoebox.
It does absorb the sound a little bit.
Check out
Oh,
this mouse pad.
that's a sweet mouse pad.
Yeah, I got it from Fritz Bricks. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
He sells them on his website. I don't know who makes them, but I should move my camera over here anyway. I guess I can put.
I put the Millennium Falcon in there that I built the other day on a live stream. Absorb some of the sound. So yeah, so let's get into it. So like, start us off, mate. What's your opinions on, movie at home versus cinema?
I'm trying to catch a good camera angle here, but it depends on the movie, really. Like, for me, anyways. That's almost good there. I could sit more and work out. It depends on the movie. Let me open this up for everyone. I don't know if I can rip this open. How do you rip yours open?
I just tore it down the middle. Like we're getting unsubscribed by so many people right now.
Unsubscribe right now if you don't like it.
And while we're on the subject of subscribing, guys, subscribe to both channels, please. And
if you want to see us forge more Lego boxes.
You know what people are going to be saying when they see you ripping that box open like that, mate?
It's trash. What are they going to be saying?
They're going to be saying,
yeah, right.
Or you might walk out into the street. Wow,
I'm getting hit.
That's terrible. It's so small and quiet. Actually, from where you're from, it's probably going to be more like.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there we go, guys. There's this as well. That's our subscribers as we rip open boxes.
Yellow pages. Anyone remember Strongman ripping them in half? Yes, I've seen videos of that. Guys will take phone books and they just like get all the pages together real tight, and they'll just rip, and rip the whole thing apart. It's crazy. Phone books just kind of slipped out of existence, didn't they? I know that's off topic, but man, they just like once everyone got these smartphones, man, they just disappeared in a hurry. I remember the mailman would bring them all the time because they would get updated constantly.
Yeah, we used to have in the UK something called what was it called? A Thomson directory, as well as the Yellow Pages. I don't really know what the difference was because I kind of stopped using them when I was like a teenager. But yeah, that's just what a massive amount of paper wasted. I mean, the company was probably printing it for them is sorely missing that.
Yeah. Well, even magazines. I mean, there's still people that make magazines, but magazines. I mean, you didn't have like social media. That was your social media. It was magazines, and you'd subscribe, and you would get your magazine every month or your newspaper. Mm-hmm. Even a lot of newspapers aren't printing as much as they used to, and a lot of them quit doing it. They just switched to online.
So Stud is saying, I like that movie stream online after only 2 to 3 weeks in theaters. Yeah. Well, in some cases, in others, they do then start charging from even on these streaming services, which kind of does my head in a little bit. And I'll get to the topic in a sec, basically, because it's to do with movies at home. My biggest gripe now is, because I would have said probably a year or so ago, I would have said, the comfort of being at home, being able to just relax, watch a movie with the right setting was probably outweighing going to the cinema, just because I'd had a few bad experiences in the cinema. However, now we're at the point where it's like so many adverts are starting to creep back in. You're paying for things like Netflix and Now and Prime, and the whole point of that in the first place was that you could just have things on demand or whatever. But now it's like it's advert city. And you're like you line up, like last night I lined up a video and I had to watch like a minute, which seemed like an eternity, a minute of adverts. I mean, I know you get them in the cinema as well, but I don't know. It is frustrating. But yeah, you are right. Compared to what it used to be years between the time when this film came out in the cinema and was on video, and then probably another year before it was on TV, if not more. So Amazon Prime lets you stream movies while they are in the theaters, but it's $29. Yeah, I ain't paying that. Or $20. I'm not paying that. We have an independent cinema, so tickets are £4.20. I got a lot outside of school holidays. Most films I see, no one's heard of. Yeah, I'm a big cinema fan, or film fan, should I say, because I go to like film festivals and stuff. Or
That's awesome.
well, a local one at least. I say film festivals. I go to it every year, but it's for the last sort of 6-7 years. But we've also got Limitless for Odeon, which is there's one in our town, and sometimes we use it a lot. Like I think we use it like 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Other times we go a month without using it. So I don't know whether it really pays dividends. I feel like every time it's not going, reason to save that. But when you pay for it monthly, it's just kind of like, well, it's there, we'll use it, and it just kind of forced us to go and make the most of it. So,
Hi, Amy.
Oh, Amy's in the chat, she.
Yep.
Awesome. The towns in Oregon where they filmed the Goonies really celebrates it. The house is a museum now.
Yeah, I've never been to it, and I've only seen clips of the movie. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched the whole movie, so I should probably do that and then go to the museum.
Trusted Sidious to do that.
I got another Lego piece. Who was talking about this the other night? I was talking to somebody the other night. I think it was Oscar, but like getting brand new Lego sets. Yeah, it was Oscar. He had got the V19 turret, and the windscreen was scratched. And this brand new Lego piece is like scratched from the factory, like pretty badly. You can see it.
No, that's bad. I'd be cheesed off with that.
So much for my windscreen.
Yeah. It's good to watch at home as you can pause anytime, pee, make a drink, but you can't beat the whole cinema experience with a widescreen. Yeah, I think there's arguments for and against. I do miss the chemically enhanced artificial butter at the theatres. I'm not a fan. Maybe we can get onto that as well in terms of what your children's snack is at the cinema. But ultimately, what I would say is that the cinema experience isn't the same as it used to be for me, because like after lockdown and after COVID, the cinemas were great because they kind of forced you to spread out. And our cinema's never particularly busy anyway, but it was just like sometimes you'll book to go and see a film and there's like a bunch of people in your row, and like sometimes if you go to the cinema multiple times in a week, you don't want to keep seeing the same trailers. So we try to turn up just after that, but then it means you're having to push past people, and you get people like talking all the way through the film, and kids, like parents will just drop off kids so they don't care. They're just basically being there, taking it to shut them up. And I just get kind of frustrated with the whole cinema experience. Like very rarely do I go to the cinema and sit and enjoy the movie without some kind of restriction, either from another person, little kids. We tend to sit like at the back when we're in the small screens. You literally see people putting their phone screens on and like scrolling through. Just like, watch a film, just leave. Like you're ruining it for everybody else. The amount of times I've thrown like a jelly baby or something at somebody and Kirsty's like, oh, you can't do that, and I'm like, I don't care. If they don't want to go out, like step out. You're obviously not looking at watching the film anyway. So yeah. It frustrates me that they go to the cinema to basically check their phone. And like Kirsty was saying, the one person was looking through Facebook Marketplace or something.
That's my favorite thing to do.
I think it was Etsy or something like that. They were shopping.
Yeah.
Like a film, and it's just like, what are you doing? And it gets my goat. So that kind of took us to the point where we were like, I don't really enjoy going anymore. It's more frustration. It has been better recently, I'll be honest. But we went through a period, both me and Kirsty, where it was like, what else was going on in the cinema was detracting from the experience. And so we kind of started preferring staying home. And then, of course, recently that's changed back again because the advert city, it's just so many adverts, riddled with adverts. And like, you're just trying to watch a movie and you've got to see adverts constantly. It just does my head in. So, but you are right. It depends on what the movie is, I think, because, if it was a big blockbuster like Fantastic Four, I want to see it in the cinema. But other films, I can generally wait for. So, Stud Sidious was brave and had a hot dog on Monday's trip. I'd never eat anything like that normally. I loved it. I was ashamed. I'm almost ashamed to say. But did you have mustard and ketchup on it? That's the question. Ketchup and mustard. Gave it a squirt. Paddy in New City, they call the street hots dirty water dogs. They're risky. Okay. Yeah, pages. Yeah, I'm kind of really behind on the chat.
It's hard to keep up with. There's a lot of people in here.
Hi guys, happy weekend, especially if you don't work tomorrow. Yeah, I'm working for the next 7 days straight, so no weekend for me. Because I found out today it's like Labor Day weekend in the US. Is that right?
Yeah. So people are supposed to have. Well, most people get 3 days off, and some people don't, but most people do. It depends on where you work at.
So are you off now for the weekend?
Yeah. I mean, I work for my family, so like I kind of do stuff on the weekends too sometimes, but it just depends. But yeah, and in general, I usually get both days off. I just I'll probably, I don't know what's going on this Monday. I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, so is it like we call it a bank holiday here? So you're off
yeah. So Monday is the holiday, so we'll 99% of people will have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off.
Right. Oh, okay. I when you said 3 days, I thought it was today, Monday, and today, Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, okay. I worked a little bit today. I just didn't drive log truck all day. I just was fixing equipment and doing other things, so I wasn't as busy as I usually am.
Well, I tuned into a live stream on Instagram, and it was the Brick Babe, and she was building at a convention. And long story short, I was in the chat, and she was saying like, "Yeah, happy Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody has a great Labor Day weekend." And I was just like, "It's just a normal weekend here." And yeah. also, I'm working, and I'm also working all of next week, Monday to Friday as well. So
dang,
it's going to be a long. And I've been working since Tuesday, so I will have worked 10 days straight by the time I finish next Friday. So that kind of sucks. But
hold on, I'm live streaming. Hold on.
I'm going to live stream something.
Okay. Join this live stream. Everybody's welcome on this one. So what do we think? Do we think that was Garrett's mum? It sounded very much like it. But yeah, so I don't know. I've just kind of been a bit disillusioned with both TV, and it does kind of put me off. Not to the point where I won't watch a film because I don't want to watch the adverts. It's not that bad. But I do kind of be like, every time I put a film on, I'm at the point now where I'll put the film on and then go and press play on the film and then go and use like a toilet or something. I know there's going to be a bunch of adverts. And like I said, when streaming services first came out, the reason that they were so, like Netflix and stuff like that, was so popular was because, unlike terrestrial TV, you could just watch things when you wanted. You didn't have the adverts and stuff. So the fact that that's starting to creep back in is really annoying. And then they're going to start charging you to not see them, which I think most of them do now. So you've got to pay to not see adverts on something you're already paying for. What's that all about? Just greed, capitalist greed. But this is supposed to be quite a positive stream, so I won't get too frustrated. But yeah.
Looks like you're coming along pretty well with your build.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to chat and engage with the chat and build at the same time. So perhaps I need to let you talk for a little bit. I'm so used to overpowering everybody else when I'm talking that speaking about hot dog combo, the previous wherever you see a hot dog illustrated, it's always have mustard, never ketchup, even the hot dog. Lego figs, mustard. Yeah, you said about I kind of missed that, Sarah. The outside antics. What is it that was going on? I know you said there was police involved and it was kicking off, but when you do rent a film, that's the theaters. It's $20, but you get it 2 or 3 days. You can watch multiple times. Yeah, I refuse to pay for a film on a streaming service you're already paying for. I just don't see the point of it. I'm already paying to be able to have access to everything they've got, so I won't be paying more. I just don't believe in it.
Yeah, like that's the point of paying the subscription.
Mm-hmm. But who's not seen Goonies?
It was me. I haven't seen them. I've seen like some clips of them on TikTok and stuff, but I've never like sat down and watched the Goonies.
Okay. So is the book, is it set? It's not set in Oregon though, right?
I think they actually filmed part of it in Oregon, is what Stud Studios was saying. I think I've heard people mention that before, but I've never watched it. I don't know where it is. They also filmed another famous movie down in Cottage Grove, but I don't remember what movie that was. It was like back in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Well, Stud Studios will probably know, but
it was about logging and trains and stuff like that. I can't remember what it was. I swear, every time I go live, everyone is after me. Every time. Phone calls and the whole 9 yards. And then if I wasn't live streaming, no one would bug me.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
What if you've got to step away or anything, mate, don't worry, it's fine.
I'm fine. We're only gonna be live for an hour, so I'm just dealing with it. But it just frustrates me, but that's all right.
Was it your mum?
Well, yeah, she was asking me. She didn't know I was live, and like my dad's like, I've been up since 6:30 this morning working and helping them, and then they are rebuilding the fence in our front yard, and they've been talking about it. And then today they just like flipped a switch and like sent me to town to go get equipment to like dig holes and to do everything. And then my dad's out there working by himself right now, and I'm not helping him because I didn't know we were doing that today. And so I feel kind of bad, but again, we're only going to be here for a little bit, and then I'm going to go back out and help him. But I just wasn't aware of everything going on today.
I thought it sounded like your mum said, I want to live stream something.
Yeah, she was upset with me, and I have texted her and told her what was going on, but I don't know, she's just, it's okay. She just doesn't understand.
So does your mum actually do live streams as well then? Yeah.
No, she doesn't. She was just frustrated with me and saying something not very kind of rude.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But it's all right.
I feel like I've missed a piece here somewhere because I've got an extra one of these. And
I was just trying to stop her before she got on camera because she did not know that I had my camera turned on, and I was like, hold up.
You need to have one of those kind of light up signs really saying like live.
Yes.
Do not disturb.
Yes.
I'm quite lucky in that case because I do most of the streaming from this room, and apart from maybe in the morning, Kirsty, sometimes I'll pick up some clothes from in here before work. None of us tend to come in here very often for anything else, so it's a kind of unused room.
Yeah, that works out good. So it just like you said, like you're talking about, like things have just changed. Like when I was a kid, like it was like you didn't have streaming services, you had VHS tapes, and like it was the thing to do was go to the movies. You had to deal with all of the crazies and all the people talking during the movie and all that. But usually people were respectful, I feel like, more back then than they are now. Because like that was how you experienced like a movie for the first time, and everyone was quiet and respectful, and it was like a big deal to go to the movie theater because it just was the only way to watch a movie when it came out, and it was just really memorable experiences watching movies in the movie theater. I mean, I remember watching like as a kid, like Toy Story in the theater when it came out, and Cars in the theater when it came out, and now these kids just grow up and they pull up Disney Plus and they watch it 3 times a day if they'd like. But the only way I could watch it was in the movie theater. And if you wanted to see it again, you had to go back to the movie theater because it was like 6 months before it would come out on VHS or DVD. It was a long time. But I don't know. And then, like you said, I got kind of burnt out on the movie theaters too. It's like once the streaming services were there, a lot of people wouldn't go, and the people that did go were just kind of rowdy. And I don't know. And the movie theaters were trying to survive, so they were charging more as well. So I felt like you're going to the movie theater with you and a couple of friends, and it was like $60 or something crazy like that. And it's like, why would I pay $60 to go watch the movies and eat popcorn and get a drink and everything when I could wait a month or two and then it would come out on Disney Plus or whatever, and then I could watch it for like, for $10 or whatever on my subscription. And so it was just a lot cheaper if you would just wait, kind of like, how people wait for Lego to go on sale. You just wait for it to be cheaper to watch.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because we had the Limitless, it was cheaper for us anyway. But what annoyed me is that when we first signed up for Limitless, it was like £11 to watch a film, or it might be about £9 or £10.
Yeah.
I know at one point it went up to £11, and we were paying like £16. So you only had to watch like 2 films, and you made your money, kind of thing. And then they put the price right down after COVID. I mean, our monthly went down to £10, and then they slowly built it back up to what it is now, which I believe is 17 again. But they put the prices of regular tickets to £5. So I was like, okay. And then it stayed that way for a while, even when ours went up. So at one point, I think we were paying like £17 a month, and it was still only £5 to go and see a film. So I had to go 4 times in a month to make it worth your while, which we didn't always do. And that was when we were close to quitting. But yeah, lo and behold, the prices started going back up again. And of course, they're trying to cram more people in the films as well. Then once the kind of restrictions were lifted, so you were kind of going to the cinema, and like I said, for that period where the restrictions were lifted, so you could sit anywhere in the cinema again.
Yeah,
£5 to see a film, which is really good value.
Yeah.
We were paying 16. People were just going like left, right, and centre. And £5 was such a small amount, but if they didn't pay attention to the movie, it didn't matter. And of course, like you said, 2 weeks later, they were going to watch it in a streaming service anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when people stopped caring, I think, about cinema, kind of thing.
Yep.
And of course, now the prices have started to go up. That's the only good thing, is that when the prices go up, it makes us feel like what we're paying is more valuable, but it also kind of siphons out the riffraff a little bit, because nobody's paying like £12 to go and not bother watching a film properly. So that is kind of a good thing in some ways.
Yeah, I agree.
But the main problem with being at home, apart from like these adverts, which, once they're gone, fair enough, and some of the movies have them in the middle as well, which is annoying. But the main problem is that struggle to stay awake. I've fallen asleep maybe a handful of times in my whole life in the cinema, but at home, I'm at the point now where it's like every 5 movies I try to watch, I fall asleep.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to, not because it's boring or anything, but just because when you're relaxed at home and you're in that environment where it's really comfortable, it's harder to stay awake.
Yeah, it's not as special as an experience. You're not out in town, and usually when I'm out and about, I don't like get comfortable enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fall asleep. And it's with all of the loudspeakers and the big screen. You would have to be really like dead tired to be able to fall asleep in a movie theater, but I think you'd still be woken up eventually.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, this as Studsi just mentioned it, the people who went to watch these films. What was it, the Minecraft movie? Like, I don't know anything about Minecraft, so it's pointless me going, but throwing popcorn and stuff like that around, it's like.
Yeah, I saw the clips online. It was crazy what people were doing. There's a certain point in the film, I don't know who started it or what, but like the chicken was in the arena, and then the baby, come on, brain. The baby zombie would land on top of the chicken, which is a really rare occasion in the game. It's like a 0.4% spawn rate of you walking into somewhere new and a chicken spawning with a zombie on the back of it. So it's like really rare in the game to see it. And then like it happens, they're gonna fight, and then Steve's like, chicken jockey, and then like for whatever reason, like one person just like threw their popcorn. Everybody was like, whoa, yeah, this is crazy, no one expected this. And then there was a video of it, and then it got posted online and it went viral. Well, then everyone started doing it because it was fun and it was entertaining. And then like across apparently thousands of movie theaters, like every time Steve said chicken jockey, like, I mean, there was popcorn thrown everywhere. The movie theaters started like banning people from the theaters and like kicking people out. They would have big PSA warnings to say, do not throw popcorn or food, like all this stuff. They even had Jack Black, the actor, come out in front of a crowd of people watching the movie, and he said, hey, it's me, Jack Black, blah, 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 and like went off, and he's like, let's not get too crazy and throw popcorn everywhere now. And then like everyone's like, okay. Like it was a big deal. Hive, how you doing, Hive?
Hive, how's it going, mate? This sounds good, Sarah. I went to see NTA live a month ago. Dr. Strangelove. I don't think I've ever actually seen Dr. Strangelove, but we need to chat more because I'm really into kind of indie movie. Like I said, I want to go to this movie festival every year. There's always like really random films and stuff on there, and like I think they play like about 150 movies over the course of 4 days, and I think the most I've ever done, because I'm literally there from morning to night and take a pack lunch and everything. But there's multiple screens, so you can't possibly watch everything, but they do stream it from a website as well, so you can watch it at home. And I think the most I did during a week is I managed to watch 120 movies, and some of those were a couple of minutes long, some of them were almost feature length, but yeah, at the end of that week, though, I was like, right, I need a break from movies because that's all I've seen. But some of the stuff I've watched is really good. And I do like sort of some of the classic movies and stuff as well. So, like, Jaws is coming back to the cinema. They're doing the Indiana Jones. Like, this is in the audience in the UK. They're doing the Jaws movies, playing them back to back. They're currently doing Harry Potter. Then I think it's Jaws movies. And then they're doing the Indiana Jones movies.
I would love to sit down and watch all the Indiana Jones movies in theater again. That would be awesome.
I think I might try and go. The only problem is it's like 1 or 2 days a week, midweek.
Oh yeah. Well, they did that with Star Wars here. For whatever reason, they had Episode 3 playing in the theaters, and it was only in the movie theaters for like a week. And I was busy with work, and I never got to watch it, and I was super bummed.
Yeah. Last year they played the 3 of them in my local cinema. Managed to, not the 3 of them, sorry, the 6 of them. No, the
Wow.
9.
Wow.
And I managed to watch. I only ended up watching the first 6. But
Those
yeah,
are the best ones.
Yeah, I probably would have gone to the others, but there was a reason. I think I was away or something. But because I wouldn't have minded watching them again in the cinema. But
Yeah.
yeah, so more conversation about mustard on hot dogs, adverts. I should remember, but didn't Netflix state by sending DVDs in the start? Yeah, they did. Yeah, years and years ago. I really like them. Said I never had them before. Yeah, Netflix. That's where it kind of was born from.
Well, there
So
was Redbox too. The Redbox is when you'd go rent the DVDs right before they had streaming services. I think it was like 3 or 4 years. Redbox was super popular.
we had another one out here called Love Film as well, where you could order them. Pizza, hot dogs, bagels in the New York metro area. They take pride in them too. Yeah, I don't think I had a bagel or a hot dog at all when I was in New York. Definitely had pizza though.
Yeah, you have to have pizza.
I forgot the name of the Oregon town they filmed the Goonies, but it's gorgeous. Yeah, all I know is that they're from the Boondocks, or they call them the Boonies. Hence the Goonies.
It's gotta be. I'd guess it's probably Sweet Home.
Yeah, because the Boondocks, because there's a film called The Boondock Saints as well, which has got what's his name from Walking Dead when he was younger.
Goonies. It's in Astoria, Oregon. Okay, so it's by the coast, up in northwest Oregon. I've been to Astoria a couple of times, but not very many. 1985 film Goonies was shot. It's like about 3.5, 4 hours away from my house. It's pretty far away.
Wait a sec. Cool Hand, did you see the debate on ACOB last night? No, I didn't because I couldn't stay up to watch it because I had work early this morning. Well, not early, but I had work, so I struggled to stay up because it's like for us, Stud yes, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It starts, so very rarely do I get to stay up and watch it now. And with everything else going on, I don't even get to watch it on replay. I don't think I've watched an episode of ACOB on replay since Christmas, sadly. And I used to like basically watch them all, but there's so much to catch up on YouTube. I don't get a chance anymore, but I do go back and check out certain things if I can. Did you see the debate Brick World being a scam? That's strange. I wonder who was. Did you watch it, Garrett?
No, I didn't. I've been in the same boat as you. I've just been really busy, and I've tuned into a couple of Brickheads for like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but I cannot sit through the whole thing. Not that they're boring. I just have a lot of things going on, so I haven't been able to sit down and just watch through a whole episode. And then I don't know. I'd like to sit down and rewatch some of them, but they're just really long, like 4 or 5 hours, and so I just have not. So I've kind of been out of the loop and just been catching. Oh, I might have done that crooked. Yeah, I've been out of the loop a little bit. But I would like to do better at keeping up with it. But I've been trying to watch it, give it as much time as I can. But I have not been able to watch like a full episode in a while.
It'd be interesting to see. So, if you know more about that, I mean, who was it that people in the chat were saying it was a scam, or what? Or was it just to do with the pricing? I can't see that Shonen would have been sort of on the side of it being a scam. So I'm assuming that they'd heard somewhere else. But yeah, so Sarah, yeah, so we had Love Film, but there was Netflix as well. My sister-in-law used to order from Netflix, and I remember staying over their house a couple of times when I'd first moved away from where I originally live. I used to go and stay with them, if not my parents, when I visited, and they'd always basically message me a couple of days before and say, look, we're going to order some films in. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care. And I used to get them delivered in the post, so. But yeah.
I don't know. I'm really thankful for the theaters because like there's some movies that like I think if you were to watch a movie that really inspired you the first time you've seen it like from home, like yeah, it'd still be good, but like to see it in theaters is like I would say a life changing event, but it's up there. It's a pretty substantial event where it's it's like wow, you're there, you're full attention, you're soaking it in, you're not falling asleep on the couch or whatever, and the 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 sound quality is amazing. It's the surround sound and like the whole experience is just really cool. And so like I really like Transformers a lot. And so I mean I didn't get to watch the first Transformer movies. I was like 12 or 14 and I watched the first one on DVD and then I went and I was pretty young. I was like too young to watch them in theaters because like my dad would skip over certain parts of it because there's like some stuff in there that's a little bit much for kids to watch. But by the time the fourth one came out with the dinosaurs, I was old enough to go and I went and watched it and it was amazing. I mean, it was a 4 hour long movie. The fourth one was. It was really long. It was like 4.5 hours, and it was an amazing movie. It was really fun to watch it in the theaters, and I went and watched it in theaters I think 4 times before it came out on DVD.
Wow!
Like it was awesome, and I really enjoyed it. So I just went back to watch it a bunch of times before it came out.
Well, I know that Ostif, shout out to Ostif, said that he went to watch Superman in the cinema 17 times in total.
That's crazy. That's
I don't think I've seen all the Star Wars films put together
17.
in the cinema 17 times.
Yeah, no, that's crazy talk. I would and Transformers is probably one of my favorite like modern franchises that isn't Star Wars based that I've put a lot of time into watching, and I have action figures and stuff like that. And so like I probably if I had more time I probably would have maybe gone and seen it a fifth or sixth time, but I couldn't imagine seeing it that many times.
I can't remember there being a 4 hour Transformers movie. I mean, I kind of got bored of the Michael Bay ones after like the third or the fourth, I think. So
yeah, Michael Bay didn't do that one. I think it was the first one Michael Bay didn't do. I'll look it up here.
But yeah, so Hive is lurking and editing Pure and Fury. Wait, Pure and Fury is tonight though, isn't it?
Maybe he's getting ready for it.
Yeah, I may be editing some intros and stuff. Yeah, thanks, Hive, liking the stream. And guys, please go and like the stream right now. And make sure you subscribe to this channel. Both channels, sorry, I say this channel. This is currently to 2 channels.
Yeah, it's on both channels.
So make sure you subscribe to both. That'll really help both channels.
Oh, he's on my channel too. Nice. Appreciate it. It's kind of confusing because looking in StreamYard, you see them all compiled together, and then I like look over at my YouTube I pulled up on my other screen. I'm like, oh, Hive's in my chat too.
That's why I don't mind paying $20 to stream while it's in theaters. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it depends on your setup. I haven't got the best setup at home. I mean, the TV I got downstairs, I bought when I first moved away from home. So, Christ, how long ago was that? I'm talking 15 years. I mean, it was the best TV you could get at the time because I was spending some good money, and one of the first big things I bought for myself was a massive TV. The TV I had before that was one of those big box back ones. So it was one of the first, when the flat screen TVs were kind of new. But now it's like really outdated and it's actually quite big and chunky compared to like flat screen TVs, the modern ones. But it still works, still fine. And obviously I can't compare it to the most modern TV out there because I ain't got it. But it does the job. And because there's nothing wrong with it, it seems a shame to chuck it. And of course, I paid I think it was like 600 quid for it. And that was a lot of money 15 years ago. Whereas now you can get like the latest TV, which is probably bigger than the one I've got, for a fraction of that price, because TVs have gotten cheaper. And it is on the list for us to get a new one at some point. Maybe put on the wedding registry, I guess. But generally, if you've got all the latest, the better sound, good sound system, surround sound system, and an amazing TV, I guess there's probably not a lot of difference. Well, there is a lot of difference, but you know what I mean in terms of like the quality and stuff.
Yeah, I think if you had like let's throw something out there crazy like a $20,000 home theater set up. Like, I probably wouldn't go to the movie theaters. Like, you have a really big screen, surround sound, nice couch. Like, I don't know, like, like a really fancy setup in like a millionaire's house. Like, I don't know if I'd go to the movies very often, but I don't. Who knows? So Transformers: Age of Extinction is what I was thinking of, and I got my numbers a little bit wrong. It's almost 3 hours long, which is long for movies in 2014. It was one of the longest movies in the theaters in 2014, but it was 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
So,
Smokey's in the chat.
I'm grooving. Hey, hi, Jack Black, the legend of the Atari Pitfall TV commercial. He's like 9 in that commercial.
Crimson Toaster said, very important question. Favorite combiner? I'm going to get names mixed up because I've been out of Transformers for a while because I used to be really into it, but I have not. I think, I don't know, Devastator's the most like recognizable one, which is a big transformer. And what he's saying is like there will be like a truck and another truck and a machine and another machine, and they all like usually like this would be one transformer, it's just one car. But a combiner is where it takes like 7 different machines and cars to transform together to make one big robot. And the one that I thought was the coolest always was Cybertron and the toys side of it, because I haven't gone back and watched all of the original Transformers where there's Ultron and all of like the original like 1980s TV series, but I had the toys as a kid, and we had an Ultron, which is like their planet, and it turns into a big robot. And then you could add other robots to it as like guns or arms or whatever. And it was a pretty cool toy to play with. But even Optimus Prime technically has combining because he's just the truck, and then he has a trailer that can turn into a mech suit or carry guns or whatever. And so that's kind of the same thing.
So I did go to a bagel place in New York. I remember now. I went to a place called Essa Bagel in New York. I don't know if you know that. Stud Studios. But that was pretty good. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff, but Kirsty was like, yeah, we gotta go to Essa Bagel. We gotta have this type of bagel that's got everything in it or everything on it. I can't remember what it's called though. They call it something and everything. It might even be called just an everything bagel.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's got like all poppy seeds and all sorts of crap on it.
Yep.
Whatever. But I'm not really sure what Amy's talking about here. Out of the blue, it feels like but it was a 20-year-old kid who wanted cons to pay the people who display to attend. I'm not sure where that conversation started, but 20-year-old kid who wanted cons to pay the people who display to attend.
That's what she's talking about, the Brick World conversation.
Oh, well, actually, yeah. So I kind of get what he's saying in some way. Basically, because in the UK, the Lego conventions that I volunteer at pay the displayers
to be there
to display, and it does happen quite a lot over here. Joel knows more about it because he displays and he gets paid for doing it. I never thought that was a thing. I just assumed that, I didn't expect them to have to pay either, but I didn't know that they got paid. And they even mentioned to me, because one of the guys in charge of like the mocks and stuff, and he's got a bunch there of his own. He was saying, "Do you do like mock building?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, if you're happy for us to have one, we'll basically rent it off you." And I was like, "Well, how does that work?" He said, "Well, even if you don't go, if your mock gets displayed at a convention, which they do like 100 or so a year throughout the country," he said, "then we'll pay you." Nice. It looks a little bit like it reminds me of the truck from the Pizza Planet truck a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking when I got it. Like my big scratch in my window.
Yeah, it's sideways as well. That's cool how they've built that in that way.
But yeah, they did.
Quite a lot of detail on that for a small build.
I know it's really good.
And here's me with just basically a piece of rock and 4 figures. It's just kind of, it's not even display worthy, but no, so I thought that was quite strange. And he was saying, yeah, basically you get paid for every thing that we end up displaying your mock at. And I was like, even if I'm not there. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. But he said, but they would, we would be in charge of like keeping them. So I thought, well, it might be worth considering down the line if I'm earning money for doing nothing. But so he was a guest on the show explaining why he thinks Brickworld is a scam. It was interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right. They had the guy on who was used to be a
employee.
Either used to, or currently is a Lego employee. So does that mean he was on the show as a guest and ended up like annoying them? I wonder if he actually knew enough about him to know that they kind of on the side of Brickworld. That'd be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy about Bricklink before. It was quite there we go. So Smokey was there. I should have read that comment first. I was there in real time last time. It was quite comical to hear, although he had a molecule of a point that was absolutely overblown and a bit hyperbolic. Wow. Okay. Watching movies on the big screen. Where he goes. Cop Gas was bashing Brickworld hard but being hypocritical at the same time. Damn. That's crazy. It was nuts. Ostiv also got into the theatre free each time. Did he? Oh, wow. Crimson, hey. Transformers is gas. Bruticus the goat. Yeah, because Hivaz, going back to Transformers, Hivaz won on one of those ones you were talking about where they all connect together on one of his intros for Pure and Fury. I can't remember what it's called though.
So one of the clips.
The Destructor or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one that turns into the tank. It's a pretty cool fight scene from the first movie. Can't remember his name.
No, not that one. There's another one.
That's right, where he's climbing up on the pyramid. Yeah, that's Devastator.
Yeah. Devastator, that's it.
Yeah.
Stickler Bricks, if you're still here, mate, thanks for joining. And guys, like I said before, make sure you like the chat, like the stream, and sub to both of us. We're going to be finishing here very, very shortly, so we're just going to finish off reading through some of these comments.
Yeah, we have about 2 minutes left here.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly check there's my phone. I was like, where the hell's my phone? It's like right here.
Hey, there's Sean right there. Thanks for stopping by, dude.
Sean, how we doing, mate? We were just, your ears must have been burning because we were just talking about you, or in particular, what am I doing with this phone? Wait a sec.
We got Shy Time in here too. Wow.
I'm going to check the results of this poll and find out, do people prefer movies in the cinema or do they prefer the home comforts of a movie? Because I put a poll up. I should have put a poll on my stories really because they're always more interactive or engaging, but I just
appreciate you guys being here.
You can put a poll on a live stream as well, but for some reason I can't work out to do it. I think you have to wait for the stream to start. If anyone knows, please reach out to me. We didn't get many votes.
You can do it not through StreamYard, but if you pull up your YouTube page like separately on another browser, then you could probably start a poll on there in the chat.
Yeah. I was trying to work out to do it. Apparently you got to do it through Studio, but I think you've got to select a live stream that's currently playing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
I
gotta
watched
be
a few. I watched a few tutorials on how to do it, and all of them didn't match anything that I was looking at. And I even tried YouTube Studio on the desktop site rather than the app, and I still couldn't get it to match what they were showing me. But anyway,
Sean, we missed the end of. Well, like I watched part of your stream, but we missed the end part where apparently you guys were like getting into it about BrickWorld's a scam or something like that, and so we'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's been a while since I've had a chance to watch a stream, certainly live. But yeah, the chat here was blowing up talking about your chat or your show blowing up with whatever this thing was going on. So I don't know whether this guy who you had on knows like the representation that you have with BrickWorld, or whether he just was trying to labor a point. But I'll definitely go and check it out. And anybody here, if you didn't watch it, to go and check that out, because that sounds really interesting. And you know me, we're not bringing it to this stream, but I like a bit of controversy, and I do like a heavy debate, and I do like a bit of arguing, fussing, fighting, all in jest, obviously, of course. But sometimes it is nice to poke a bear here and there.
Yeah. We like to be a chill stream.
Yeah. See, I poke a bear here and there. I'm a poet. I didn't even know I could rhyme those words. I must say the Eco stream kept it civil for that kind of debate. It was cool. See, I would have torn the place to pieces. But Austin, the Lego Millennium. Hey, Cool Han. Hello all. Which Austin? Is that Austin? No, it's not, right?
It's not Austin. It's Austin.
Hey, Austin. So I think you're new to the show. So can you please go and make sure you like it and subscribe to both of us? I don't know which channel you're watching. I assume mine. You're watching this on my channel, but we're streaming to both. So go and check both out and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. And if there's anybody in this chat right now who's been chatting with us all night and isn't already subscribed to both channels, that is kind of disappointing. But it is, though, because you can't see who subscribes. But sometimes I've been chatting to people who've been on the show. They've been in the chat multiple times, and then like we're on episode say 25, and they're like, all of a sudden they subscribe to the show, and you're like, wait a sec, you were on the show as a guest like 10 episodes ago. You just subscribed? What's going on? Like that's the first thing you do when you're going to be on someone's show is you go and subscribe if you're not already. So, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Completely different thing. This is a cozy stream. So we picked the topic tonight: cinema or movie. I don't think we need to arrive at a solution.
No, we just kind of discussed it and got each other's opinions on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be subjective anyway. We got the chat heavily involved in the topic.
We did. You guys did a good job.
Yeah, that's really interesting to see, because when we have a topic in the other show that I do on my channel, sometimes we can't get the chat to get involved at all. But this one was pretty good. So I think when you're having one simple, basic thing that's kind of well-rounded like that, it does help, because everybody, well done to everybody for coming along and supporting us.
We appreciate it.
Brand new show, pilot episode. Just trying things out, seeing what works. It won't be Friday nights. It'll probably be earlier in the week. But it's nice. It's nice to give things a bit of a go. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys engaging as well and really getting involved. We talked about everything from hot dogs to the boondocks. So
in Astoria, Oregon.
In Astoria, Oregon, absolutely. So, and anybody who hasn't worked it out yet, Wallagan is Wales and Oregon, and the word Lego just happens to be in there. So that was purely by magic. Okay, I'll subscribe already. Sheesh. Lego Team B. If you haven't already,
Team B.
I'd be really upset, but please do. enough for me to chat about Star Wars. Yeah, and again, that's really interesting you say that, Sarah, because we do have a lot of people who watch. Amy's a perfect example, who watch the show and fans of the show. And obviously, I take my hat off to anybody who watches a show regularly or tunes in regularly or engages when they don't have like necessarily a direct passion for what it is you're talking about. And I think you and Amy would be perfect examples. And so you're not like huge Lego fans, you're not huge Star Wars fans, but you still come along and watch. And I think that's really that's that fills me with sort of pride that you're able to do that, because I couldn't do that for something I wasn't interested in. So I really appreciate that. But this stream obviously should tickle everybody a little bit, because you get to, if you just like chatter, random chatter, and you like our faces, then you got that. If you like Lego talk, or you like to see Lego being built, we've got that. And if you just like chatting about something randomly, and it turns out Sarah in this case is a fan of film, so we picked a great one. So the pressure is on now, mate, for you to pick a
I know. Obviously, it's not going to be cars. I'm going to have to come up with something good so that we can both talk about it and people have opinions. So
yeah. And I think you should kind of spring it on me as well.
I should.
I mean,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
the movie thing was sprung on me. So
yeah, I mean, yeah. So there's going to be times where we talk about things. I mean, I know you're a big car fan, and I'm like anti-car, but I'm still happy to talk about it because people might be interested in why I don't like cars. But
yeah.
But yeah, look, guys, we've gone slightly over an hour, and we do want to try and make sure this is a nice, succinct 1 hour cozy stream.
Yep.
So yeah, appreciate everybody. Stickler's still there. Yes, go and check out Pure and Fury. Go and check out
Yes. Yep.
There's various other shows.
Shy was in here too.
Shy, yeah, thanks. Go and check out Shy. And yeah, so that's us, guys. Like I said, any feedback for the show, for this show, how we can improve it, how we can make it better. The intention is to have us both on the screen and both of us to have a build camera as well. But pilot episodes, so we're working on that.
Yeah,
and we'll get that ready for you guys. But other than that, any other feedback in terms of how we can improve, make things better, please let me know.
Yeah, you can send us DMs, or you can, when the live ends, you can leave comments and stuff. Just let us know, like, if there's anything we should change. But yeah, we're just going to pick a topic, get to know each other, and you guys get to know us. And the movie film thing was great because everyone has an opinion about it. Everyone's been to a movie theater, and so it's just a good talking point. And we can hang out and chat with you guys and chat with each other. So it's going to be fun.
So good day, Liam, for popping in just before the end. Sorry, mate, we're about to go. I think you're probably up for work anyway. But yeah, so appreciate you, mate, and I appreciate the chat. And yeah, we'll close it out there. But before we do, we'll just make use of these new sounds. So the stream is ending, everybody. What happened to that? The stream has got to end, everybody. But we will be back next week.
Yeah, I'll be back.
And with that, the stream has got to end. These are great. I'm going to use the hell out of these.
Those are great. We have premium StreamYard now.
We got premium, boys. Now we got to start. Now we got to work out how we're going to pay for it. Hence all the extra streams, so we can try and get more subs.
Yeah.
But we can throw up this, and we're going to say, "Oh, let me do this outro video." Add that. Set as outro video, and that's us, guys. Thanks very much, and we'll see you all very soon.
Bye. Thank you.